Hello and welcome back to a new tutorial. This tutorial is everything around Breach, more around how to texture Valorant in Octane and to understand all the different parts of the textures from Valorant. So to start, I would first drop in all three textures from Valorant. So with the easiest texture, DF texture, diffuse, just color information. We don't have to do anything with this texture. We can simply just let this texture be diffuse. Next thing is the MIE texture, but we skipped it and go to normal. This is a normal texture. Normal texture is nearly perfect. I mean, it's have everything we normally need, like a blue channel and red and green and stuff like this. Only one thing, we have to invert the green channel. So I save this as a no, not PNG, it's JPEG, please. Can I save a web? Yes, no. Well, it's loading slow, okay. Okay, this PC. This hard drive game porting, relevant export game character breach SO, and then 1P. Periods normal underscore F for fixed. So this is how we fix the normal map in Photoshop, because to explain something before I should go forward, there are two ways to texture an Octane. One way, we put the textures in Photoshop, extract the textures or edit the textures, and then put them together in Octane, or we're using OSL scripts in Octane. I will show both ways, but my favorite way, or the best way I should say for me, is not using OSL scripts, is the slower way, but OSL scripts are still kind of laggy sometimes and sometimes really strange to use. But I will also show how to do everything with OSL scripts. So back to Photoshop. This is how we fix a normal map, so we can close this now. And now we have up here the MRAE texture: metallic, roughness, ambient occlusion, and emission. We have red for metallic, blue for roughness, green for AO, and emission. To make everything simpler, I created the action. You can download now in the description of this video, and go up here to window and then to actions. To open it, you can, I think it was up here, load your action in. This action is called MIAE. You select the background. Important is that the MIE texture is a background and here's nothing else in this scene. So you select the background, then go to your MIE and press start. This creates the metallic, roughness, emission, and AO texture for us. So let me first save everything. Metallic, roughness, emission and AO. So now we had everything by single textures. We also could probably, if we want, edit stuff like put scratches over here or edit the emission parts and stuff like this. But if we don't want to edit anything, we also don't need to. So next step is we are going to where's the texture? This is the texture we have at the moment. The arms, right? This should be second one. Yeah. We have the texture for the arms. I will show first of all everything, then switch to my Octane layout. This now take a second because Octane has to start. Perfect. Then I create a not metallic universal material. Where is it? Because here. Put this on the second place for the arms. Go into the basic. Go into the node editor. Okay, now start drag in the diffuse map. And it's trashed. Perfect. Octane. This is Octane how we know it and how we sadly love it. So I'm back. All good things are 2. So let's try it again. We create a universal material and put it on the second part, the arm part. Going into basic to the node editor and drag and drop. Oops. See first person material. Drag and drop in the diffuse. Put it into albedo. Next step, we're using for this part the textures we had exported. So next step is spectra. We don't have any spectra, but then we have metallic. So next one will be then metallic. Metallic is this one. Yeah, M. This is metallic. Put it in here. Going to the next texture. The next texture is roughness. R is here. Like this. Perfect. So next texture will be then also normal, because normal is easy. Just also drag and drop it in here. So next thing after this is then the AO. You saw I made some space from the diffuse because AO will be combined with a multiply in texture 1, the AO in texture 2. So after AO, the only last thing we are needing is emission. So we drag in the emission texture, use texture emission, put in texture the emission texture into texture, and this go into emission, and then we are going in here and create a mix. Put this between it. This is the amount. Create a RGB spectrum. Put this in 1 and put this on completely black. And the diffuse going into texture 2. So next thing we set up the surface brightness and put this on something like, I know, 15. And if we want a custom color for the emission, we can always drag it out, create another RGB spectrum, and then just pick any custom color we want. but for now I just use the regular colors. And this is how you texture it if you have the colors exported from with Photoshop, with my Photoshop action script thingy, and then drag connect everything into Octane. So on the next texture, I create a new universal material for it. Also save it because Octane is a beach. This is for the body this time. I will show how to do everything with OSL scripts. So first of all, we switching fast textures from the first person for the arms back to the from the body. So we drag in the diffuse texture. Put this on specular, not specular, on albedo. What I'm talking about, man. Then we searching for the normal map. Putting not. We have to create a OSL. Put them into the A and this into normal, and then we have to put in the OSL script. I will put this OSL script down in the description. It's a normal switch. This OSL script is used to switch the normal map. So next step, we are going where is it? Here, I'm putting in the MRAE texture, and now it's a little bit more space, so I make everything a little bit small, like texture. Not makes the power lower, just put texture low here and put this up, because we need now three CoReArtz scripts. So OSL script 1, put in the code, connect this to metallic, and I get an error. Why I'm getting an error? Oh, this will be edited in the. Oh yeah, there's this error in it. I don't know. This will be also be in the description, so you only just have to copy this and paste it in here. For you, it should be worked directly. Metallic is red, so this was easy. Next step, roughness. We put it to the in again, and put it this time blue on one, and put this onto roughness. Yeah, good start. Next thing we are needing to do is emission and AO. This is a little bit more complicated. So first of all, I create a new OSL script. This time blue on 0, green and 1. After we put blue on 0, green and 1, we can now get from this. Let me first show you guys how it looks. This is how the texture looks at the moment. So noted. You see it's looking kind of like a ambient occlusion map, but it's way too gray. And okay, this is a bad example because this texture don't have any emission in it. Would I drop this episode node again? So, and put this back in albedo. When I will put this texture into MI in Photoshop and will start my MIE script, you will see that we will really have zero emission of it. So this was a bad example for me. Let me first put in the other texture from last time. Let me first copy this OSR script, go back in here, delete this and paste in the OSR script and the MIE file. So in this time you will see when I also will solo node this emission. Oops, no, I solo node OSR script. Yeah, you will see there are white dots where the emission is, and gray dots and really gray dark texture that looks nearly like AO but way too dark for AO. This texture is the green texture is split in two parts. One low expression and second is high expression. The high expression is for the emission texture, so I will first go into here, create my, where is it? I'm blind. Gradient here. Put this into the gradient and then into the amount, and let's solo node only the gradient. So we can see better what we're doing now. When we're doing this and putting the black more up and the white more down, you can see that we get black and white texture from where the emission is. So yeah, we're doing stuff like this. Then we're copying the gradient, paste it up here. Again, this time is for the AO. So we're also going up here and solo node this. Then switch the gradient a little bit and show what's happening if we're putting this really low and this a little bit higher, like this. A good example here. You can see we get a wide normal AO map. So let's just copy this too, because this episode not also. We have to copy this to here for this one because you can't not really check it on this one because can I paste it? No. Okay, good. Because we don't have any what's called emission, or why can't, what the fuck, why can't post it? Let me just copy the gradients and paste the gradients. Thank you. So we tested it on the other version, so we can now set it up right. So first of all, this means we need a multiply again. Putting the multiply on the line between the texture here and giving it some AO. We can also solo node it to check if it looks right, and yeah, we could just no, not EV. This looks really good, to be honest. Disable solo node again. Next thing is we really don't have to build our emission on this one because, like we saw earlier, this don't have emission. But if you would want to build an emission with the MRA way, with the OSR script way, you just use the gradient, recreate it, put this into a mod of the mix. Color texture 1 is still a black one, and texture 2 is still one own color or the color from the diffuse. This goes in texture emission, surface brightness on, power on, something like 15 or so, then emission. And yeah, this is how you texture Valorant. When you now want to do something like putting, let me first go to somewhere where I find some textures like yeah, I just go here to the scratch kits from TSM. We now can go in here and say, yeah, I want to add some scratches completely over the arms. Then we can, as example, use another multiply multiply before it, because AO of the fake shadows, and so you should have AO always at last. Also, we should invert this, get some dirt on it. As example, you can like see it up here. And now we could also give the dirt a little bit other metallic or roughness values, as example. When we say everything that is black don't have any metallic informations over it, we can just use the metallic texture with this texture, create a mix. Use the mix as mount, because everything that's white using texture 2, everything that's black use texture 1. So when we now just use the black texture we have up here and put it in here, we say everything that's black, the dirt, get texture 1, also black, and metallic black means no metal, so this part would be the no metal. Let me also add a UV transform for it, so I can just make it a little bit smaller, not higher. Yeah, I don't know, like this, so we get really dirty grunge effect over it. We also can gamma a little bit lower to get the dirt even stronger. And yeah, this is why I like, as example, this way a little bit more, because you have a little bit more freedom. I mean, you could probably do the same thing also here with the OSL. You just have to put the mix shader then with OSL, but OSL get after a time when you use a lot of stuff in here, a little bit laggy. So when you can don't use the OSL and just think, oh, I can just normally use any other type, like I converted before in Photoshop, then do this. This will save a little bit of space, so let's do some saves here. But yeah, this is how you convert, or how to texture Valorant in the newest Octane version with my Photoshop script and with my OSL. I hope you learned a little bit from this, so next time when you want to make a custom Valorant skin or something like this, you know more about the way how it gets textured and have a better understanding how to edit everything.